3 mindset shifts to help you increase your profit and impact year over year. Let's do this.
Welcome to the Impact Driven Entrepreneur, the podcast that helps you expand your reach and convert that reach into clients so you can lead your tribe with confidence and create change in the world while living the life you desire. And now your host, certified business coach and consultant, Mariana Ruiz.
Welcome back to the Impact Driven Entrepreneur. Today we're talking about the 3 shifts in your mindset that can help you to 2x your income. Are you ready? Okay, so this is a culmination of me doing this webinar. So I'm preparing for a webinar that's going to be airing on Thursday. And in this webinar, I am sharing some of the coaching myths that are keeping you small. And in chatting with my Impact Formula clients, I realized that some of them had not made these mindset shifts. And I really have to talk about these shifts in order to really help you to take that business to the next level, because the mindset is really and truly the foundation. It is the baseline, and that mental chatter is what you're hearing all the time. Whether or not you take the action is really comes down to that mental chatter and the mindset and the thoughts that you're having. The 7 business growth myths that are keeping you small. Text coaching myths to 44222 or click on the show notes page and I will have a link to it at bit.ly/myths class, all undercase. So again, let's dive right into the 3 mindset shifts that you can have right now to help you to make more money in your business and keep a lot more of that money that you're making. So myth number 1 is detaching from any meaning or significance that you are attaching currently to setting and achieving goals. This was huge for me. I am a huge overachiever. My whole life, I've been I want to achieve. I want to do the next thing. I want to go bigger. I want the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. And I didn't realize that I was doing this until one year I was recording an episode for this podcast, and I completely broke down because I had not reached my full income goal, and I had reached 80% of that goal. And I was beating myself up to the ground because I had not reached my goal. And that's when I realized I needed some rehab around goal setting. And what I realized during that work, it was a lot of internal work, a lot of mindset work, a lot of journaling, a lot of reflection. And what I realized is that I was actually attaching meaning to whether or not I achieved the goal, and I was making that mean that I was worthy or that I wasn't worthy. And that was a really hard pill and a hard shift to make. But once I made it and I started to just say F it, I'm just going to move forward. I am just going to go for it. And yes, I'm still going to set goals. And no, I don't think it means that I'm great or not. And so to reference, I want you to go back to the I Am Worthy podcast if you're still struggling with this, because that was a really that was the light clearing where I finally really fully accepted all of my own worthiness, and then was sharing with you my beliefs and how things changed in my life in that I Am Worthy podcast, or You Are Worthy, it might be called. So that was a huge shift. It also meant I had to let go of the ego side, right? Because what did it mean if I didn't reach my goal? That there was a polar opposite ego side of that also was saying, well, if you do reach your goal, then that means you are great or you are amazing, and the ego kind of would take over. So it was both. It was the releasing of attachment from both of those sides. And that was the first one. Now, if you are doing this, what I want you to do right now, and just make this an internal promise to yourself, and, reach out to me if you need more additional support. Reach out in the Impact Driven Entrepreneur Facebook group for additional support. But really and truly, let's make a promise here moving forward that you're not going to judge yourself whether or not you achieve your next goal and the next one and the next one, from now on forward, moving forward. So that is number one. Number two, profit is more important than income. So when I left my job at the hospital, in hospital administration, I had to go all in on my business. And what I realized at that time, when a few weeks passed and I was like, oh shoot, I have to actually pay myself, right? Like, running this business is great. And I was looking at where the numbers were and what we were doing here and what we were doing there. And then what I realized is there was a missing factor in my budgeting, and that was paying myself. So paying myself a profit and a salary. And that came at kind of two phases in my business, but having the salary was huge for me. And so from there on, moving forward, I always made it a point to pay myself something in my business, and every 2 weeks, and I would just make that my new habit. And so again, if you are struggling with this or you are not there yet, this is huge. I have seen businesses where they're making over $100,000 and their owner's pay is not even 10% of that. And so I really want you to make profit a priority and make that an important staple of everything that you're doing. Again, this was one of those shifts that when I was talking about it and discussing how is I going to make this into a myth and all that for the webinar, my impact formula clients were like, oh my gosh, I was hoping that I was going to have this XYZ, 6-figure business that would mean 6 figures in the door. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works, right? So there's a little teaser for you about the masterclass. We're going to be talking about this more. So go and join us in the masterclass again. Okay. So that is, a big shift for many, many people. And so again, profit is more important than income, and making sure that you're really paying yourself and how that would look like in your business. Shift number 3, selling is helping. Boy, can I tell you how much I've resisted this mindset shift. My background is in nursing, and all through nursing school, I actually paid my way through nursing school by doing sales. I did sales at, GNC. It was not anything super fancy, but, GNC, the vitamins. And so I would be paid hourly plus commission. And, at that point, I was fine with sales. I didn't have any blocks around selling. And then when I went into the hospital, I was just I don't know what happened, but something in me shifted, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't stand selling. I don't like selling. I'm glad I don't have to sell anymore. And that there was a divide there. And so I had to have a lot of healing around that. And in past little tiny business things that I did, I did some MLM stuff and things like that, kind of when I was in the nursing profession still. And I think that's kind of where it all started to come from, is that being pushed to sell in a certain way. It really made me hate sales. I got into this, I can't sell, I hate selling. And so I had to really change that to selling is helping. And I had to change that to when I sell, that's when I can really give people the full transformation. And I remember being at a retreat a couple years ago and being like, oh my gosh, this retreat, these group of people have changed my life. Being with them and hanging out with them every week on our mastermind calls and being here at this retreat has absolutely changed my life. I feel supported in my business. I feel incredible. And none of this would have happened if the person who sold us the mastermind would not have sold us the mastermind, right? And that's when it kind of came full circle. And I was like, oh my gosh, selling really is helping, right? And really seeing that within my clients, right? The ones that actually invested rather than just taking my freebies or taking my challenges for free or whatever, the ones that invested were the ones that were able to get the best results, right? So people like my client Amisha, who now has sales coming in daily in her business, that would not have been possible had she not purchased a program for me. And, I have another client who just shared with me, she increased her income in the last year by 230 something %. And I'm like, again, not possible had she not started working with me. And so selling really and truly is helping. And once you start to see that transformation within your clients, once you start to see that transformation within yourself, when you're going out there and purchasing things, items, or, it can be experiences or anything like that, then you can really start to see that selling really and truly is helping, and that we don't have to be pushy in the sales process in order to make the sale happen. That's another whole other topic. But what we can start to say is embrace sales and embrace it as a way of really and truly helping those people that we are meant to serve. So mindset shift number 3 is selling is helping. So I'm going to recap these. Mindset shift number 1, releasing any meaning that I had around reaching my goal. Huge, huge, huge. Okay. If you still have any residue of meaning that you're attaching to reaching or not reaching any goals, I want you to invite you to release it right here, right now. Mindset shift number 2, profit is more important than income. What we make as a net profit and what we take home as owner's pay is hugely more important than income. Mindset shift number 3, selling is helping. So the process of sales can actually be something that helps your people to get that full transformation that you would be able to provide. So those are the 3 shifts, mindset shifts, that can help you to increasingly multiply your income. I am going to be hosting, like I said, a webinar at the end of, on Thursday, later on this week. If you're listening to this live, just text Coaching Myths to 44222. If you are not listening to this live and it's a replay, just go to that page, because I am planning on running this again. So you might be able to sneak in there and get a spot at a future time. So just go to Coaching Myths, bit.ly/coaching myths, and that is the website URL, or you can text me Coaching Myths to 44222. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about this topic, where you stand with it, and how I might be able to help you in having these shifts. Like I said, the Impact Driven Entrepreneur is a free community where you're welcome to come anytime that you want to come and chat about what's going on for you. We have had a lot more engagement there lately, and it's been really a beautiful community as it's grown and shifted, and just a lot more interaction back and forth with the members. So if anything's coming up for you, that is your place to really cohort and meet and mingle with other impact-driven entrepreneurs who are making a difference in the world with their work. Okay, have an awesome day. I will chat with you soon. Head on over to impactdrivenentrepreneur.com, where you can find an arsenal of videos, blog posts, and previous podcast episodes to help you increase your profit and impact. Again, impactdrivenentrepreneur.com, and click on blog. Enjoy.